kind of officially there, but yeah. So now we're officially on our live over here on YouTube. And I kind of wrote us a bit of topics, as you can see. I don't know if y'all can see it as well as y'all can see it over here on YouTube, but I got us a whole front and back page over here as well as some more over here. I'm not like going to be reading stuff from the paper like some people do, how they're just in their books reading off paper. I'm not going to do that. It's just here so I can stay on topic. Because that is a real problem for me. I'm sure that some of y'all already know that by now. But let's go ahead and get started because it's probably going to be a long video. I'm not even going to lie. It's probably going to be a long video because there's a lot on here. So the first that we're going to start off with is, of course, the most obvious, the most important. If you're going to be in my streams and stuff, 21 and up, or the legal smoking age of your area. I know that it is 21 here, or I think they just moved it up to 25 here. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But I mean that's pretty simple though. Okay, now we can get on with some questions. I just chose topics that were on Google pretty much. So y'all can basically do the same thing and answer it different ways yourself. They're just answers, not answers, but just questions that I looked up for different topics so I can have an idea on something. Because I know some of y'all get bored because you're like, you just keep talking about the same thing over and over, or you're not talking enough, or whatever. So I put a list down. And the first one we'll start off with is, who do you consider family? Who do I consider family is, I guess, anybody that's like close to me. I don't know. Who would y'all consider family? I mean, my mother, my brothers, even my best friend. I consider her family. She is like my sister. Yeah, just people that in general you're close with. And we're not gonna linger on that one and make it a long. So, are people better at creating things or destroying things? In my opinion, it depends really. I think a lot of people are good at destroying things, but there are a lot of others that are great at creating things. So I can't really say there's one or the other that I think. Why do people do bad things? That's a good question. I don't know, you guys. Because they feel like it, I guess, or because they're hurting and want to cause pain on others, or other things. I mean, I guess it can't cause pain to objects, but I mean, I guess we don't know that because we're not an object. Like, we are an object. That was kind of stupid, wasn't it? How old are you? 26. I will be 27 December the 29th, which is pretty close. So 20, 26, 27, 26, 27. There is no in between. Might as well say 27 because it's close enough. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a December baby, so of course I'm a Capricorn. And for those of you that know me, I'm pretty sure y'all can tell I am 100% a Capricorn. Favorite color? Mm, I kind of got two colors that I really like, but lime green is my favorite. But as far as colors that I like anything that's bright and colorful. Happy colors. Favorite movie? This one is kind of my favorite question, and some people are going to laugh at me. But for real, my favorite movie is The Goonies. It has always been, it always will be, and I can watch that movie over and over and over. Matter of fact, I've watched it more than I can even count. That is for sure my favorite movie of all time. I mean, I guess The Goonies wasn't like bad. It's just it's old now. I think The Goonies was even out before I was born, I believe. I mean, I don't think it came out like too long before 93, maybe. I think it did, didn't it? It came out before 93. I know that. Moving on. I'm just sitting here lingering on one question, like I said I wasn't going to. Oh, this one's kind of a good question too. Existence of aliens. Uh, I honestly think there is. I would think that would be silly that to not think there is. I mean, they may not be aliens, but to us, they are. Just like I'm assuming to them, we are aliens. So, I mean, I guess I believe in the existence of aliens, but I have not seen them. But just because I haven't seen them doesn't mean others haven't. You know what I'm saying? And it's whatever. We're not going to linger on this question either. This one's kind of similar to the same thing I just said, but existence of ghosts. Mm, I kind of am a non-believer, but at the same time, I believe it. That's Sounds kind of iffy for me. It's kind of iffy. I mean, why wouldn't there be? I guess, or if that person doesn't know that they died, I mean, I guess they could be a ghost and still stay. I don't know. I personally have never really had any experience like that. I have had some creepy experiences, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't call it a ghost. I don't want to put a label on it. But I mean, I have been through creepy stuff. Do you think a lot of change is healthy or unhealthy for a person? This is another question that is really depends on the person, pretty much. For me, right now, a lot of change would be unhealthy. For one of you guys, I'm sure a lot of change could be healthy. It really depends. What stresses you out the most? Oh my, this is a hard question. Everything. Um, if you can name it, most likely it stresses me out. um, no, for real though, what stresses me out the most is I don't know. I don't, I don't really know that one too much. Oh no, though, what stresses y'all out the most? How stressed are you on a daily basis? Mm, depends on the situation, depends on what's happening that day, really, I guess. But for the most part, um, stay pretty stressed every day. I wouldn't say like a bad stress, like I'm stressed out and I hate my life kind of stress. But some good stresses and some bad stresses. When I say good stresses, I mean like super excited and it stresses me out because I'm so excited or something. Moving on. What stresses you out the most but shouldn't? That's another hard question a lot. Hmm. What stresses me out the most but shouldn't is when people come over and I invite them over. I mean, I know that's weird, right? But it happens. I mean, it happened today also because I asked my friend to come over and we didn't really say anything. I mean, we did talk, but it wasn't much. So I guess that's one thing that stresses me out, but shouldn't is people coming over, I guess. And favorite fruits. That one for me would be a kiwi. That is a fruit, correct? It has seeds, so it is a fruit. So kiwi, yes, is my favorite fruit. Although I am allergic to it, I can't eat a lot of kiwi like that. I mean, I can eat a little bit, but if not, my throat will start to swell and stuff like that. So, I mean, it is a favorite fruit, but it's a once in a blue moon kind of fruit. So I guess it makes it a special fruit as well, I guess. What kind of things get on your nerves more than they should? I kind of think that's the same question as the other one I just asked. What stresses you out the most but shouldn't? So I'm just going to skip over that question. Um, how long do you think you would have survived the prehistoric times? Honestly, I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have. I'm not good at following direction. I'm not good at rules. I'm not good at cooking or cleaning. And I would not survive in that time. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure it probably would be different. I probably would have been raised a lot different if I was in that time period, I'm sure. But if I was in that time period, I don't think I would have survived long at all. I probably would have made it to like 14 or 15, maybe, right in that area. Who in your family are you most like? That one's that one's kind of a difficult one as well because it's kind of mixed up a little bit. But I think I would say I'm most like my mom. But there are times where I have my dad's attitude or stuff like that. So I guess I'd say my mom. And we even kind of look alike too. We're like twins. So much that Facebook over here even tags me in her stuff all the time. Every single time that she posts anything. Every time. Not even once. Okay, we're moving on. Do you like going to family gatherings? Honestly, I hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings, but no, no. I love y'all, but I don't like being around my whole family like that all at one time. Only because it can be chaos, and I don't like chaos. I don't even like groups of people normally outside of my household. So no, I wouldn't go to family gatherings either. Have I been to one? Yes, I think I've been to one family reunion or something, but I didn't even enjoy going there either. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy going to see my aunt or enjoy seeing my family. I just didn't enjoy the feeling of going, being around all the people, even though they were family. Yes. Can a person change their personality? That's kind of a good question, I guess, but I would think so. Um, I mean, I think I have. So yeah, I would guess so. People do all the time. How would you describe your personality? Complicated. That is the best way I can describe my personality is complicated. But for real though, quiet, shy, which I guess can go into same with quiet kind of, but shy, quiet, um, that's that's kind of about it. I'm a pretty happy person for the most part. I do have my problems like most people. Have you ever turned a fail into a win? Um, yes, kind of, pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't say like I won 100% like I'm a millionaire, but for the most part, yes, I would say so. What is the next big success you're working towards? Well, that would be getting my mind right. And what I mean by that is getting my conversion disorder under control and not letting it control me. Yeah, that's pretty much a big one for me. How do you think you'll die? That's kind of an odd question, but I don't know. That's a difficult one. I don't smoke anymore like that. Besides, I mean, I smoke just regular marijuana right here. But as far as the tobacco, I don't smoke anymore. So I'm most likely by the PNES, I'm sure, but I hope that would not be the case. We're kind of getting closer to the end, you guys. I know it's kind of been a long one, probably. I mean, I don't think it's been too long for y'all over here, but I've been on here a little bit longer. I think it's been like an hour over here for you guys. But we'll go over some more over here. Um, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Honestly, I wanted to be a ballerina. I know that sounds pretty ridiculous, but as a child, when I went when I grew up, I wanted to be a ballerina or a princess, which is once again ridiculous. But as a little girl, princess or ballerina. As far as like anything serious, wanting to be when I grew up, like a doctor or stuff. Um, Nothing really serious, honestly. I did want to be like a cheerleading coach, but my school had let me know that's not a job. I mean, I don't know what it is then. I guess it's not considered anything, but I thought that was a job as well as teaching because they're still teaching. But apparently to them that wasn't a job. It wasn't a career. So I gave up on that, on what I wanted to be when I grew up. They kept crushing my dreams. Ariel, you can't be a ballerina. What? Why the hell not, though? If I want to be a ballerina, why can't I be a ballerina? Oh, because we don't do that anymore. What? I see people, I mean, I don't see people, but I watch people on TV that are ballerinas and they're grown women who have made it a career to do that stuff. I'm sure they make money from it. Maybe they win it or whatever. I don't know. but I've seen it. You can. And what? It was taken away from me, but that's okay because as an adult now, to me, it sounds pretty ridiculous. I'm not a ballerina. Moving on, if you knew today was the last day of your life, how would you spend it? Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, if you knew today was the last day of your life, how would you spend it? Well, mostly I spend it sleeping, but I guess if it was the last day of my life, I probably wouldn't spend it like sleeping, I guess. But I don't know. Guess it really depends on how I'm gonna die too. If I'm gonna if I'm gonna die dramatically and I'm gonna feel it and it's gonna take me forever to die, then um, mm, that's kind of a hard one. I guess I would spend it breathing until I didn't anymore. Probably eat some food, eat some of my favorite foods. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, for sure, I would smoke some weed always, though, and hang out with my old man for sure. Favorite TV shows. I kind of got a lot of those 'cause I watch a lot of stuff. But my main favorite shows are Rick and Morty and The Walking Dead. Or The Walking Dead was, but it isn't so much now. I mean, I know they're coming to an end now, but they're no longer like a favorite. I think pretty much once Negan came into it, I started to dislike it. Not because Negan was involved, but because he killed Glenn and a couple more, and that took away from some of the people that were on there. But that is what happens during the apocalypse or whatever. A place you would like to visit in the future. That one is an easy one for me to answer, and that would be Canada. Why Canada though? Because they have moose. Not just because they got moose, because I know that sounded kind of dumb, because I know there are other places that have moose besides Canada, like Alaska and stuff. But Canada, and because from the sounds of it, they're pretty awesome from what I've heard, besides it's cold. And I'm from Georgia. I'm not used to that cold, so I don't quite know how much I would like it. Probably wouldn't like it for long with the cold, honestly. Okay, where were we at? The place we would like to visit in the future. So, how do you calm yourself down when you're angry? Pretty much on that one, I do deep breathing exercises, which you breathe in through your nose and out through your. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Breathe in through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then out through your mouth, and then do that for a couple of times. I usually do it at least 4 or 5 times, however many times it takes to calm me down. If I'm really angry, though, then I just like to be left alone. If not, then it's just gonna escalate for me, and that's just because how my personality is. Sadly, what what are you too? Oh, what are you too down on yourself about? That one's quite a bit, actually. Oh, I mean, I'm better now about not putting myself down, but there, there are certain times, like mostly when I go to do things and I feel like I'm doing it wrong or I did do it wrong, I messed one of the steps up or something, then I just want to give up completely and I put myself down and even further, like, oh, just because I forgot to put one egg in my cake, that means I don't want to make cakes anymore. That that is how I am pretty much. So I guess that's what I'm most down about myself on is now that I noticed, though, you guys, I kind of wrote that wrong because that kind of sounds weird the way that I wrote it down. But I was trying to write it down without actually copying what was wrote down. That was pretty much it on what I like got wrote down as far as like random topics. But if y'all have like any random questions, comments, or concerns, I'm open to answering them. I'm gonna smoke this last one over here with you guys, and I'll be done over here. At least for tonight, anyway. Oh, I do want to mention how awesome I do feel, and thank you guys for joining us over here. That I did have 13 followers, like not even not even 45 minutes ago, I guess, like right before I started the stream. But I had changed over my username on here because I wanted to make it interesting. Canna Blaze is kind of manly. I mean, it's still kind of cool, but it's not what I was looking for. It's kind of manly sounding, if you ask me. So I wanted to choose a little more girly and kind of cute and something a little bit more eye catching. So I either wanted to go with Cannabear or I wanted to go with Woman Cannabis, which is Woman Cannabis is what I chose at first, but then somebody on my Facebook had mentioned that Cannabear was the one that they liked that sounded sweet. So that's the one that I chose, and I even put it up on my YouTube already. And since putting it on there, as soon as I put it on there, I went from 13 subscribers to 36. I thought that was crazy. So once again, you guys, thank you for joining us over here, and I hope that some of this is helpful to y'all, or that y'all enjoy this me talking about nothing or something or whatever. I hope it's helpful for you or you enjoy it at least. Also, once again, I mean, I know that everybody don't know this, but if you have suggestions, you can leave them down below, and I will bring it up, or we'll see what happens. It just can't be nothing silly, nothing crazy, nothing that's gonna harm me or another person. And as far as the challenge stuff goes, I've now thought about that, but I don't really know if I would do that because that involves getting up and doing stuff, and I don't really get up and do stuff though. And I am a smoker, even though I don't smoke tobacco anymore. I used to be a heavy tobacco smoker, so I can't get up and jump up and down and stuff like that anymore. But, however, I am supposed to start exercising and stuff like that, so y'all could give me some motivation to do some kind of exercise. And once again, nothing weird, nothing crazy, none of that stuff. And as far as when it comes to your comments and stuff, I will get to them. As soon as I see them on there, I will get to them, I promise. Because I did notice the other day when I looked on some of my videos, I think it was like one of my videos, I had a comment on there, and it was from a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad because I didn't really answer that person back until I saw their stuff, and it had been a week already. But I wanted to put that out there. Even if it's been a week or whatever, I will get to y'all. I promise. As soon as I see it. I'm not gonna skip any of you unless if y'all are on some crazy stuff and you want to be Karen and come up in here and cause drama and that kind of stuff. But we're not gonna worry about all that stuff because we got good vibes over here, you guys. Always, always, always. Easiest thing to do is start playing one spot. Oh, I also did want to give a shout out to on here. Though I don't know if he's on here. He is on TikTok though, if y'all are. But I do want to give him a shout out though, because I feel like he deserves one. But hold on, you guys. I gotta find him. I wrote his username in my book over here. Okay, let me finish this real quick. And I got it right here. He's actually the second one right here up under the 21 and up that we talked about first. Ooh. Sorry, guys. I don't know how people just like eat it. I can't. I mean, I can if it's like in a brownie or something like that, but I can't just like eat it like that, y'all. And this one won't even stick either. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to bore y'all to death. Alright, we're just going to say that that's good enough. Okay. Okay, and our shout out for tonight is going to be at the Flower Power show. And he is on TikTok. I'm not sure if he's on YouTube and stuff, but y'all can look him up. And he may be on there. But he has Tourette's and he can tell you his story. I'm not going to tell you his story for you because I don't personally know him. But I did see that people were making fun of him for his Tourette's and stuff like that. And I did want to give you a shout out and let you know that everything is okay and you're not alone out there. I personally don't have Tourette's. I suffer from tics though, but I don't suffer from Tourette's. But I do want you to know though that you aren't the only person out there. And I hope that you find more people that are in the same situation that you are and find comfort in that. Yeah, you guys, that's another thing I want to talk about real quick too. When it comes to people and they have conditions like Tourette's or tic disorders or like any kind of movement disorders like that, it's it's not right to make fun of somebody for that. They can't help that. I mean, I know it's weird for some people and it may even look funny at some times, like excuse me, I know I've seen some people where their Tourette's have been so bad where, they smack things on their head and stuff. And it can look funny to some people, and I know sometimes they even laugh about it themselves. But you guys, I wouldn't imagine that that stuff would be funny when you're constantly going through that stuff all the time. And I've only recently started having tics like 2 months ago. Mine are nervous tics, so I couldn't imagine what they go through. That would be, I think that would be difficult. And then I know that some people prefer to have that over seizures, and I can go ahead and tell you that right now that no, you don't. You don't want any of that over seizures. You don't even want seizures. You want to be normal, or what people classify as normal. Oh, we finally got our counseling in order. I mean, I think I remember telling y'all about that. I don't know if I told my YouTube viewers yet. I mean, I know that we did a couple of videos talking about the counseling and what they were going to do, which is basically like a 3-month plan. And we're going to talk one-on-one therapy. They're not going to put me in group this time. And it's only because of my tics get really bad when I'm around other people. Yes, for sure. And thank you for that. I was just talking about that not long ago. And that really does help. So thank you for confirming that also. Because nose in exhales, you guys, those really do help. Especially when you're stressing out or when you're angry and stuff. It really does help if you take the time to do so. Yeah, controlled breathing. Oh, and I want to mention it again just in case she is watching. I mean, I know she's not watching on my YouTube because I set it to 18 and up. But this girl was putting on some nails last night, or she was trying to, and the nail glue had dripped between her knees, and she glued her knees together. I felt so bad for her, and she was asking for help. And I suggested a warm washcloth, as warm as you can stand it. When I say as warm as you can stand it, you guys, I don't mean scalding hot. And when I say gently rub, I don't mean scrub and hurt yourself. I mean just gently rub it. And just gently. The warmth of on the rag, that will help. But you gotta do it long enough. You gotta do it more than once though. I don't even know if you got in trouble with your mom last night. I mean, I hope that you didn't. I don't know the reason for that, whether you weren't supposed to be putting on nails or not. But I hope that you didn't get in trouble, and I hope that you got help with getting your knees separated. I'm sure that you did, but I hope it went smoothly and you didn't get hurt further, because I know you were talking about it was hurting and it was burning and stuff. And for y'all on my Facebook, I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I know I got my young viewers over here. I'm not allowing y'all over here on my YouTube pretty much because I'm not always gonna do it over here on Facebook. Only until I get enough followers on my YouTube and I can go live on my phone, then I'm no longer going live on YouTube. I mean, excuse me, not YouTube, but Facebook. The reason why I'm doing it now is so I can I want to get my followers up. I want to get myself out there. I want to make myself known. Y'all already know me for the most part. Not all of you, but a majority of you do. Not all of you on here know me. I'm not sure if there's anybody in here that does right now or will in the future, but that will be my future plan. And also, you guys, this year, not this year because this year is still going on, but next year I went ahead and I decided to set up our second bedroom in here, and I'm gonna make it my streaming room. And I'm gonna start doing that once I get it cleared out and everything else, because there's a bed in there and all that stuff right now, and dressers and all that. But I'm gonna set it up specifically for streaming because I don't have children, all that stuff right now. It's just me and my boyfriend and our cats and dogs. So that we really don't have no use for the room right now. So until we move, which will hopefully be this next year. We are rooting for it, and we will no longer be in Georgia. Uh, I mean, I don't know if I have any Georgia people in here right now, but I'm sure y'all will understand. Or those of you that have been here, y'all will understand. I'm ready to get out of here. And congratulations, by the way, to the 3 new states that just got legalized, I believe. I think it was 3. Yeah. So congratulations to you guys. Lucky y'all once again. Georgia's last on almost everything. I mean, I don't know if we're exactly last, but we're at least close to the last. I mean, I never figured Georgia would suck so bad when I grew up because I didn't know back then, but it kind of does. I'm not even talking about because of the people. I mean, the people here kind of suck too. I'm not talking about everybody, guys. I don't want to offend anybody. But some people over here in the South, in Georgia, kind of suck. I'm a Georgia person too. I'm a Georgia peach also. So, but my point is, I would rather not be. I would rather be in Washington or Colorado or what was the other one that said, or Canada. There we go. Did they ever open their borders back up to the United States yet, or are they still closed because of the COVID? I think they're still closed, aren't they? I mean, I wouldn't blame them if so. What do y'all guys think of that anyway? Do y'all think that's like actually going on, or if it's just like the normal people getting sick and they're just putting a name on it? Because I mean, I do see people getting sick and stuff. So I don't actually know. I would assume that is because the doctors and stuff are talking about it too. So, but what are y'all's thought on it? I know there's probably a couple in the truck, maybe. I'll go look when I get off live, which will be soon, you guys. Not too soon, but long enough for me to finish this, which is still a decent amount, pretty much. And for y'all that can't see it, don't about that much left. Not like super a lot, but Uh, I just inhaled, so I hate when I do that though. What? Oh, you also know, like, do any of y'all put color in y'all's eyebrows as well? I don't know if y'all can see it over here because the lighting looks weird on my laptop. So it kind of looks fuzzy over here. So I don't know if y'all can tell that they're blue or not. Also, I'm not a pro. I'm not a makeup artist or anything. So they're kind of uneven if you look at them. But I don't know if y'all actually noticed that or not. But I did do something. I even put on eyeshadow and stuff. But I don't really like it. I think I put it on a little bit too dark this time. Oh, and for my ladies with like whiter skin complexion, what's the best color you think for for a whiter complexion? Because I have troubles with that. Because I like reds and stuff, but the bright reds they look horrible on me. I mean, they're pretty on some females, but it doesn't look good on me. Not with my skin tone. I can do like a dark red kind of, but only barely. Only if I've got like my dark hair, I can pull some dark red. Um, I've never tried purple or blues or any of that. I've never been that bold to try those colors. Because I'm usually into like either the darker colors or I like the reds, but they don't look right. So I'm still trying to learn that, you guys. So when y'all are looking at me when I put my makeup on, I'm so sorry if it looks horrible. I'm still in the process of learning my colors, my shades of what looks right on me. I finally learned how to put it on kind of correctly. I mean, it doesn't look so messed up right now, and I even went to sleep for a couple hours, and it still looks pretty decent for the most part. I'm surprised it didn't smear all over my face. Oh, and that's another thing I would have asked my females. How do you keep your makeup on for long periods of time without it smearing? Is it do you have to use like a setting powder or setting spray for in order for that to happen? Is that what it's for? Or I mean, I'm assuming because it's a setting spray, so it makes sense. But in my in my defense, I was raised up in a all male household, so I'm just now getting to learning this stuff, and I'm learning it on my own. I didn't move in with my mother until my teenage years, and around that time, I was a crappy teen, and I always ran away and all that stuff. And no, not really for no reason. Before anybody asked me, like, oh, was it because you were abused or any of that? No, I didn't run away for any of that reason. I was a teenager looking for attention, and that was the attention that I wanted at the time, and I got it. And I learned in the end that was not the attention I wanted. Because once again, for my young ladies and gentlemen, hold on, I forgot what I was going to say. I blanked out. Oh, I blanked out. That sucks. Does that ever happen to anybody else? I'm sure it does. But how does that make y'all feel? That sucks so bad. Oh, she decided to join us too, guys. She's been in our whole video. Y'all can see her over here. Yeah, yeah, you see herself over there. Oh, look at that face, you guys. She does not look happy with me right now. Oh, oh, I woke her up, you guys. That was not a happy face. I won't put you down. I'm sorry, dear. Oh, that was kind of cute. She gave me like an angry face. She's like, what? Why are you waking me up, though? Why are you picking me up? Alright, guys, I realize that my stream's probably been pretty long, especially for my Facebook viewers. I know I've only had like one person pop in over here, but y'all probably watch it later. So I'm going to go ahead and cut y'all off first, since there's nobody watching. And I already cut it off before I finished talking. So, okay. And then we'll probably go back live around the same time tomorrow, I'm sure. Or more than once. It really honestly depends on how I'm feeling. But I will be back for the most part later on, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. For his third season, Fred is joined by